Hey guys, it's Shan Shafiq, career strategy coach. In this video, I'm going to cover the fastest way to secure your first six-figure role. Now, the saying is often that, okay, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And to be honest with you, that's partially true. What you know, 100%, that is important and it's key. So you want to build your competency, and you can do that by Googling, YouTube, doing some courses, doing programs, doing degrees and certifications. That's all fine, right? But the variable is building those relationships. That's the key variable. Now I'm going to cover in this video 3 steps that you need to take in order to secure your first six-figure role. Step number 1 is knowing how to build relationships. Step number 2 is knowing how to build social leverage. And step number 3 is the mindset that you need in order to secure your first six-figure role. So let's get to it. So the first step is building relationships. The reason you need to build these relationships is because you need to build a well before you're thirsty. You don't build a well once you're thirsty. That makes no sense. So what I mean by that is that when it comes time to asking, you want to have put the groundwork in for them to say yes, and the likelihood of the key decision maker saying yes is 10 times more likely if you put that groundwork in and build that rapport and relationship with that person. If you just go and ask straight away, the chance of them saying yes is very low. So you want to put that groundwork in, and in order to build those relationships, you need to increase the chances of them liking you. The saying is that if I don't like you, I won't do business with you. That's what it's like with employers. You want employers and recruiters to like you, and then they'll do business with you and they'll go out their way to help you out as much as they can. So in order to do that, you need to find a common ground. You need to find the excuse to speak to the right people outside of a working capacity to increase the chances of them liking you. And when they like you, it's easy for them to do business with you and have banter with you and rapport and so on. So you want people in an organization who are easy to work with and who can have a laugh and a joke. So to find that common ground, there's 2 ways of doing that. One way is by hosting charity bake sales. It's by hosting charity events and even football events. That's one way. The second way you can do that is by something we call the Dream 10 strategy. The Dream 10 strategy is you can write a list of executives on a piece of paper, all the people that you want to work with or work alongside or work for. And you find a targeted approach on building relationships with that list. And it's just the same thing, you're trying to find a common ground. Where is it that they go? And you're trying to find an excuse to speak to them, the right excuse. The best excuse is usually food. Food is a peace offering. It's the only thing in the world which brings people together. That, arguably football, right? So that's how you would go about building relationships. That's how you do it offline. When it comes to building relationships online, that works in a completely different way. To do it online, you need to build social leverage. Now you can message recruiters and employers, you can tag recruiters and employers in posts, and you can find a way to build that leverage and speak to them, find an excuse to speak to them. But the best way is to build as much social leverage as possible. What I mean by social leverage is by producing content. When you're producing content online, what you're doing is you're building leverage. It's like you're depositing the bank account. So when you put money in the bank account, then you have more to take out. You can't just keep taking out because you'll be in debt or in overdraft, right? So producing content kind of works the same way. So you need to build value up front. You need to give, and then when you least expect it, it'll come back to you. That's how the online world works. So by producing content, I'm talking about you going on LinkedIn and producing content in terms of how-to content. How-to content is like giving a taste of your work up front. So you know how you'll see some ads and they'll be like, oh, how to do this, how to do that, top 10 ways of doing this, 10 tips of doing that. By doing that, you're positioning yourself as a thought leader, as an industry expert. You position yourself high. So that way, when you approach people and they've heard of you and they've seen your content, they're more likely to make the effort to engage with you. That's how it works. So that's if you're doing it outbound, where you're actually reaching out to them. But the whole point of producing that content is to put yourself in a position where recruiters and employers are chasing you because you have that social leverage. That's what you're doing. So this is a very, very big factor. The third is the mindset. Mindset is key in all of this. People don't value this as much, but earning £30,000-40,000 a year is different to earning £100,000 a year. The mindset is different. It's all mindset. So the mindset is the ability to be able to deal with rejection. Understanding how to deal with rejection. People don't like to get rejected, and I understand that, but you need to increase your threshold of getting rejection. So you can get micro rejections. For example, go to McDonald's, do an order, and ask for a 10% discount. More than likely they're going to say no to you, but that's completely fine. Just get used to being rejected. Get constantly rejected, that's fine, and that will increase your threshold for getting rejected. So that way, getting constantly rejected and then you get that one big win, it just means a hell of a lot more. I get rejected all the time. I'm still getting rejected every day, but that's fine. Once that one big win comes in, it feels so nice. It feels amazing. So that's the process you need to go through. That, and the second piece of mindset is gaining social leverage, which is the mindset you need to just give value up front first, build that well before you're thirsty. That's how you do it. So guys, there you have it. That's the fastest way to secure your first 100k role. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share and comment on this video, and hopefully I look forward to seeing you in the next.